Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Final Fantasy XVI. Last time we left off, we made it here to the new hideaway. And I guess we're gonna go speak with Otto. Hey Otto, it's me, Sid.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
You're not supposed to call me that, you jackass.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Moogle.
All operations are suspended until further notice.
Speak with Vivian.
Finished sorting those reports yet?
Finished? I ain't started. Been busy enough with my own work.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Otto's gonna skin me alive.
God, trying to keep up with everybody that was talking right there was an ordeal. Nectar. You're wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? All in good time, my fearless friend. All in good time. Can you please join my team? Come on, we had Moogles join the team in other games. Join me. I like a fighting Moogle.
Lady Tyre is performing a delicate operation and must not be disturbed. I'll let her know you call.
There. Alright.
No one works longer or harder than our Otto. You can scour the whole of Storm and Ash, and you won't find a better man.
Alright, let's just go down here and speak with Vivian first. I don't see a reason to go up there quite yet. We'll probably get led there eventually. Anyway. Alright, Nectar, I can't wait to see what's on that board. You gonna do some synthesis for me? I hope so. Can you make me an Ultima weapon? History of Valisthean jurisprudence. Jurisprudence? Interesting. That's not a word I've before. I mean, a jurisdiction, obviously, but never jurisprudence. The signing of the Continental Accord marks the beginning of the modern era of Valisthea, where the realm had once been riven by hatred and mistrust. The Accord built bridges, affecting many of the areas of realm-wide cooperation that persist to this day. The shared currency, shared calendar, and common system of bearer ownership chief among its epoch-making achievements. Alas, in the years since the Accord signing, many of these old rifts have reopened. It is for us to follow in the footsteps of our forebears and wholeheartedly endeavor to usher in a new age of peace and unity. We will attempt to do just that. Hello.
I'd trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
I kind of assumed you were going to be older when I saw the color of your hair, but no, you just have that hair color and you seem very young.
Although Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
Holy shit, that is a very important strategic position. On the water, major trade hub for all the other nations, so probably hampered all of their trade a little bit. And you can access like most of the other countries from that specific spot. That's amazing. You can even set up a barricade or whatever, like a barrier for your ships to pass through, but enemy ships can't pass through. So that entire like little strait that they have there, you just can't go through with the other ones. The other ones would have to go some other way. That's an incredible strategic position. I'm surprised you didn't just take that first. And yeah, Empire's going to empire and break those peace treaties for sure.
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
Ah, we're gonna go see Tomes now.
Suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Glad Tomes is still doing good. Doing well. So yeah, that's interesting stuff we got there. So we can get like an update on the state of the realm. It's good to have it all laid out on a map like that for us. A lot of the documentaries I've watched about like, you know, World War I used a very similar thing, and it's nice to have it portrayed to me in a way that I'm familiar with. So what else do you have though?
Ah, my favorite pupil.
Ask about Vivian, ask about the Crystalline Dominion, view the state.
Allow me to educate you.
By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway's map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current goings-on in Valisthea, revisit any of the Nine Tails' past lessons, or take a deeper look at the relations of those individuals in Clive's orbit. Oh my god, it's like... it's like the affinity chart in Xenoblade. Interesting. An overview of current and past Valisthean affairs. Well, this is nice. Especially if you come back from, like, you know, a long time of not playing to be able to see this. You can view a detailed overview of current and past events, updates as you progress, cycle through pivotal milestones. Yeah. This is cool. That's quite cool. Alright. It even gives you a timeline map down there at the bottom.
Place in the world.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Okay, cool.
I have the details here.
This I like to see. Here you can view a detailed visualization of character relationships in Final Fantasy XVI that updates as you progress. Use L1 R1 to circle through pivotal milestones. So yeah, we're here. There's my... Yeah, it really is like the affinity chart. It even has like the hand-holding thing for heart to heart. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, interesting. Protects, best friends, childhood friends. Yeah, this is very similar to the affinity chart. Except this changes over time, obviously. So I want to see, like, present day. Sid the Second. So, main protagonists. Sid is unfortunately gone. Carries on the legacy of leader, best friends, traveling companions. It says that, yeah, former lovers... Ah, this is super cool. Mysterious being. We know the name of them, though. Oh, okay, so it says Ultima when I hover over you. Avenging Cid, Mortal Foe, Hunting. Yeah, the Dalmatian Republic, the Hideaway. This is neat. This is quite neat. Alliance, yeah. Quentin, Isabel, Martha, and Victor. And yeah, Wade and Tyler are still alive. Apparently so is Ambrosia. Neat. And attendant to Joshua is also still alive. Well, I knew they were still alive, but they're still around doing their thing because we haven't seen them with Joshua for a bit. Yeah. Okay. That's a cool map. I like that.
Is ever changing.
I always like when games will let you just like, you know, look at that stuff in detail, you know, if you ever need to be refreshed on things and all that. So cool. Cool. It's nice to be able to keep all the characters in order and know who we're talking about and everything.
Everyone seems so happy to see us. It's good to be home.
Yeah, it's useful for if you ever need like a refresher or something. I'm playing this game daily, so you know I don't sit down and play it for like 4 hours at a time or anything like that. So it's nice to be able to have a refresher on things. I like the music here. It's quite cool. All right, Tums, how we doing, friend? What do we got here? Mithril, a mineral most mighty. Mithril is a material both passing hardness and luster. It has these two qualities for which it is valued by the weapon and armorsmiths of the realm. However, there's a third quality of mithril that sets it apart from steel or shell, its durance. While even the finest steel may be melted by dragon's fire, become brittle in frigid climes, or turn to rust if not regularly and rightly oiled, mithril is once made, eternally unchanging. In this volume, I'll explain how one might go about making, shaping, and employing mithril. Yeah, how do you work it and shape it if it can't be melted, right? Mithril is an armorsmith, however there's third quality, endurance. Yeah, and even the finest steel will be melted by dragon's fire. Mithril is once made, eternally unchanging. So I guess you can mold it once, but after that, it's staying exactly as it is after that. Kind of sucks if you screw up. It's in of Zemeckis. An illustrated history of the twins, tales of the founder, Morte de Olivier.
Old Tome said the hideaway is built inside an airship. Said it was called the Invincible.
The Invincible, okay. Yeah, well, clearly it wasn't too invincible. If it's so invincible, why are we sitting in it right now? I mean, I guess it still kept its structure, but it's not flying anymore. Simeon's Treasure of Knowledge, Volume 11. Ye seas which gird about ye land of Valisthea on all sides doth churn most frothily with diverse and deadly creatures. Among these are beasts more prodigious in size than entire islands, yet customarily as placid as ye very doldrums. Yet lo, when they do awaken, towering waves are driven forth, like in proportion to great mountains. Ye people of ye outer seas, in which these creatures dwell, doth live in great terror of ye writhing isles, as certain chroniclers make records of their being known. Interesting. Hey!
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
On Gods and Men. What's the description say? Containing the findings of one Anaximander of Canver, a renowned theologian who spent most of his life chronicling Valisthea's diverse religious history. That is of particular interest to me, because I've done a lot of like religious history things and stuff like that. Finding out about the various religions of the world throughout time.
Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
I like your patchwork beret.
Don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day.
Goodbye, Tomes.
Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Return to my chambers. Can I turn stuff into you? I can. So, yeah. Okay, so they're the twins. They lost their parents and all that jazz. There was something else I was going to mention, but I forgot. Oh yeah, you're like, oh, Moogles don't exist, but you apparently have Kupo nuts? Can I give the Kupo nuts to Nectar, please? I collected a fair bit of Kupo nuts in my time in FF9. FF9.
I have a few.
I just want to. I'm not going to read anything. I just want to turn my lore in here.
If
That was a pretty good amount.
For me, I should be happy to answer it.
All right.
Knowledge.
What about this stuff?
Look around you.
While it is a far cry from the Imperial Librarian Oriflamme, 5 short years we have amassed more volumes than most men or women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privilege. We have liberated them that they might fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge.
Still,
There is much more out there, and as long as I draw breath, I shall continue to gather what I can. One day, a chronicle of your own adventures might even grace these shelves, or failing that, the floor. Neat, okay.
it has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of our home and our loved ones, but that of Sid, which fought fiercest to preserve. Our hope. Hope that we might never have found again had you not taken his name and became our light in the darkness.
Had you not let us hear?
To Benamir and the Invincible, where among the ghosts of the fallen our journey can continue. Here in the belly of a Leviathan, untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever. And here may it burn for 1,000 more.
I still remember.
The day I met Tet and Crow, chasing their father about the hideaway one moment, clinging to their mother's cradle the next. Twins' love for their parents was something to behold, so fierce and pure. When they passed, I feared the void they left in the children's lives could never be filled. Neither spoke nor smiled for years, hiding themselves away here in the shelves to bury their sorrows in the leaves of these
And
tomes.
thank goodness they did.
For I believe the stories proved a welcome distraction, as over time their pain faded, and now they laugh and frolic as they once did, if not with more vigor. They remind us that no matter how deep our wounds, we all have capacity to heal, and that happiness lost may be found again. Although it seems like based off of what you said...
Book to help.
Wait, if you need a book to help you on the mating rights of
Is there something I might
Moogles?
assist you with? If you need a book to help you sleep,
Oh, Morbles.
might I recommend On the Mating Rituals of Morbles?
Yeah, that'll probably help me sleep. I don't want to know how they mate. Ew. Ew. But yeah, you mentioned that they don't smile quite as much as they used to, though, so I'm guessing they have not fully recovered, but the tomes have helped them recover as best they can, it seems. So... Alright, back to my chambers. Tarya? Is that you?
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Tarya.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a Stolas? All right. I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
I mean, it does go well, I gotta say. I like the scar. It's a cool look.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
And, you know, like...
Does that one have blood on it?
Oh god.
Have you been to the toll?
Oh god, does that one have blood on it? But yeah, it does go well with Clive's face, because Clive does always look like he's scowling, so... Better the scar than the tattoo. Alright, we're here. What letter did you send me, Gav? Reading table. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk before returning to the hideaway. Upon returning to the hideaway. Republic's play. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big's brewing, I reckon. See you're done to wear upon my return. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. Interesting. That was a short letter.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
Or it's a trap.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. That's it.
There's the music. Alright, well we got our next objective in mind here. Oh hey Joshua!
so the North is lost.
I knew that the blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Apparently Joshua chose to not grow out the beard in his 5 years. He's like, eh.
Master Clive, a moment if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Yeah, no, it's not like we were making out.
Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Martha. The Gathering Storm. I was just trying to drink some alcohol.
Martha, leave the rest.
Oh, might have been alcohol, it might have just been water, but they're in wine glasses. I mean, when I see a picture like that, it makes me think like water or something, not alcohol. Or like wine. Wine would be in a bottle, but I guess it can be poured from something like that, you know? Depends on how much they were looking to drink. Alright, Martha. So Martha was staying here with us now. I guess that makes sense after everything that happened. One of our alliance had moved in with us. Alright. Hi, Otto.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Alright. This definitely looks like a bounty board, Nectar. Like, come on, look, they're X'd out. There's clearly, like, creatures on here. This is totally a bounty board. Alright, so what else do we got to do? New updates of the State of the Realm. The Orchestrion has something. Caulk and Ball. What? Okay, let's go check out what that is then. So Martha didn't move in with us. She's still over there. But, it seems like she was captured. I thought when they said at the inn, I thought it would be the inn here. She would have moved in, but it said people from the Empire came in, so... Yeah, she's still at her old place, much like a lot of my other alliance probably are. Hello, side quest. Thank you.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts.
Everybody talking about Tet.
Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
I like... So the name of this quest is Caulk and Ball. Now I don't know what the specific spelling of ball would entail besides like bawling as in crying, but caulk would be to like, you know, repair holes in this. But I can't get over that this quest, like, this has to be intentional. It's supposed to be like cock and ball. Like cock and balls. Right? That's supposed to be what they're referencing here. Which, lewd. Also, what is that resource that I'm getting?
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Curltail Falls, huh? That must be like some sort of new resource I can trade in that we're getting for this. Like, I don't know, how much my people here at the hideaway like me or something? Like, to that effect? Alright. Well, I think we're probably gonna go ahead and end this episode off here, so... Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.